The way it's gone at the minute is like we all seem to know somebody who has COVID. Yeah.
Waterford is mirroring the COVID situation across Ireland at the moment. Extremely high vaccine uptake, but stubbornly high infection rates. Local man Tom Gallagher nearly died from the disease. He spent 66 days in hospital, twice on a ventilator in ICU, before being allowed home.
Because if people think that the vaccine is the full metal jacket, like, you know, you have total immunity. But obviously you don't, like, you know. Who I pity is the grandparents who are still living at home, who are worried sick of getting these things, of getting this virus. You know, because, I mean, it's the vulnerable people who are still dying, Stephen. People who have underlying ailments, you know.
In a city famous for its walls, the vaccine hasn't been a barrier to high infection rates.
A pretty staggering 99.5% of all adults over the age of 18 here in Waterford are now fully vaccinated. That's the highest vaccination rate in Ireland and thought to be among the highest anywhere in the world. Despite this, County Waterford currently has the highest COVID infection rate in the country. So why?
Most agree there's a range of factors at work. There was already a high level of the Delta variant in Ireland before the vaccine rollout picked up pace. Others point to high levels of travel between Ireland and the UK, which has a much higher incidence of COVID. And as restrictions have fallen away, behavioural scientists say there's been a perceivable change in people's attitude to taking risks.
What's happened as restrictions have eased is there's been a gradual increase in social activity, coupled with a decrease in people taking day-to-day mitigation behaviours, like keeping 2 metres from each other and wearing masks.
Science hasn't failed, according to, well, scientists. Immunologists say the vaccines were never meant to eliminate infections and are performing a vital role.
The function of a vaccine is to prevent illness and death. That's the primary goal, and the vaccines are holding up. It's great. Without the vaccines, Ireland would be in a full lockdown now because the Delta is so transmissible. The hospitals would be full of COVID patients, and all the evidence supports that.
As long as the vaccine suppresses hospital and especially intensive care admissions, the Irish government says it has no plans to bring back restrictions, but it won't rule it out either. Stephen Murphy, Sky News in Waterford.